Why does your why matter? When you start your network marketing business, you will have had a reason to have got involved. That's your why. The beginning process with most network marketing businesses is to evolve that why. That's your reason for getting up in the morning. And I'd like to explain a little bit more by chatting with Mark Harmon about this, to explore how that can evolve into something that actually may mean that you fail at your business, not succeed. Welcome Mark Harmon, who's come in with a few questions. So Mark.
Yes, you're talking about a why in the business. What exactly does that mean?
A why is, and it's in every business, not just in network marketing, the why is your reason for doing what you do. It's what makes you get up in the morning.
Okay.
And I'm sure in your business you have your own why.
So sometimes it's kind of a thing that maybe you don't realise, it's just something that's there, and if you thought about it a bit deeply, then you'd kind of think about it and actually realise it. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, the more time you spend on it, the more you can evolve it, and it is an important aspect of any business because it gives you your target, it's your goal, it's what you're setting out to achieve in the long run, and it can be quite emotive as well. It depends on your own circumstances.
Okay. We've been speaking about network marketing companies, and you said that a lot of the time network marketing companies want their distributors to kind of forget about their own personal goals and just sort of follow this huge trajectory where they're going to get like a speedboat, or they're going to do amazingly well really quickly, and that's kind of how they get people on board. But why, in your opinion, does that kind of fall flat a little bit?
Well, I think gone are the days when people are set up to think that it's going to be where the extreme material ideal of a speedboat. I think people are a little cleverer than that. In that, when you first start out with your network marketing business, you'll usually sit down with your upline and explore your reasons why you've started the business. But my experience is that most people come in for everyday reasons. Yeah. Most people join the business in order to increase the amount of income they get in each month, to make it easier to pay bills, to build on a financial freedom for the long time in the future, to have a nice holiday the next year. Usual everyday stuff for the vast majority of people. And what I find in the network marketing process is that when you start to sit down and discuss your reason, your why, although people come in with a very everyday reason to build their business, very soon that idea has been evolved. We start talking to people about their dreams, their goals. If they had all the time in the world, how would they like their life to look? If they had all the money in the world. And all of a sudden, we are giving people a reason to think a lot bigger than the reason they first joined the business. And what that does is it then changes the perspective of why they first joined the business. Why
is it that network marketing companies want you to sort of forget about your everyday kind of dream and follow this huge path where you're going to do really, really well? Why is it they want to do that?
I think there are a couple of reasons. One of them is that there is a belief that if people's dreams are big enough and exciting enough, they will go through everything. They'll get through everything. And essentially, that's the way people are trained and coached in network marketing, is to think about your dreams. Then the carrot is bigger. The carrot is gold-plated, if you like. And because it's designed to be your dreams, so you do have ownership of that. And that way you're more prepared, the idea is that you're more prepared to do more of the things that you need to do that might take you way outside your comfort zone. But that comes along with its challenges as well.
Yeah. You were talking about how if people go on this sort of short-term trajectory where they're going to do really well, it's more likely they're going to drop off. So you said network marketing companies are only looking sort of at short-term advantages rather than the long-term benefits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my experience, what happens when somebody starts in the business is that, as I said, the vast majority of people, there are always going to be people that fly, there are always going to be people that grab that and go. But the vast majority of people come in with a level of experience, a level of confidence. They will have already worked out the amount of time they can commit. They may have all these other commitments too, because most people come in and they're already in at least one job. They already have family, etc., etc. And they've got an idea of what they can fit in to build the sort of income additions that they're looking for when they start out. And the challenge that you have is that once you start to evolve the dream and the why into something far bigger than that, then it gets a lot steeper to get there.
Yeah.
And then the ideal of achieving that is so much harder. And the vast majority of people don't have the confidence and the skills to do that in a short time scale. And rather than evolving with it, they tend to fall off.
Yeah.
It's a bit like your business.
Yeah, this is what I was interested when we were speaking about earlier. But yeah, how you said about where with network marketing companies, you said they try and get your families. You try and get you to tell your family about it straight away, and that makes people kind of feel uncomfortable. That's kind of what makes me feel uncomfortable about it as well. Is that straight away you've got to be like selling to your family and like jumping in with this new idea that's kind of going to make them feel uncomfortable. And
I think earlier we talked about the analogy of your business.
Yeah.
Now your business isn't network marketing, but it's still a business.
Yeah.
And if you think back, and from what you've told me about your sort of evolution into video, when you first started out, you sort of bucked the trend a little bit, but you were very clear about what you wanted to achieve. Now, if you had gone to your family in the early days and said, "I'm going to make films in Hollywood," the sort of response you would have got from your family and your friends, they would have laughed. They wouldn't necessarily have been supportive.
No.
And also, your own experience and skill and confidence wouldn't match that. So you would have to, in order to get there...
Yeah, like if I had gone to Hollywood, whatever, people would have just... Like, you wouldn't have been any experience to do it, and you would have been just laughed out of there. So yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So, and essentially that's what is happening if you start off in a network marketing business and all of a sudden your why is expanded to a goal, even if that goal is something that you could achieve. It's at a point in your career, in your business, that you're not ready to do that, and the people around you aren't ready to accept and go with you on that and support you in that. Now, from what I understand with your business, what you did was you took the steps and gradually you evolved and you did more training, your confidence expanded.
Yeah.
And over time, your family, your friends, the people around you evolved with it. They supported you because they could see that you were doing enough to build your business. You then, gradually, your goals and your views on where that was going to take you grew as you grew.
It's more about baby steps rather than sort of giant leaps into the unknown, really, and just testing the water a little bit and making little mistakes and learning from those mistakes rather than just going, that's what I'm doing, straight to kind of the finish line without running the race, I guess. And
to be fair, there will be people out there who will have said, I want to be a film producer in Hollywood, and will have done it. Yeah. So we're not saying it's not a possibility, but for most people, the learning curve is too high, the confidence curve is too high, and the commitment curve is too high, and therefore they're setting themselves up to fail. Whereas if they could take those baby steps in a way that suited them, so in a way that suited you, you were able to evolve that, and now we can already see how your business has grown in the last few years, and that the potential for it to grow massively, and possibly even with a very high curve, but at a point at which your confidence level and your experience and your skills match that, and therefore you can take people along with you rather than having to battle all the time.
So it's the same with network marketing companies, really.
Yes.
It's a similar kind of thing where you've got to make those mistakes, you've got to do little things rather than just going full force, let's go for it, without the knowledge.
Absolutely. And my approach is very much start with where people really are and where people really want to be, and as they, as you start to develop those skills, your goals and dreams and your why will expand naturally.
Yeah.
Rather than setting people up to fail because it's a gold carrot. And it's a gold carrot you can wave very easily, and then it creates, there's a slight manipulation in that situation.
It's head turner, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It kind of gets you, it distracts you from what you actually want.
Yes.
To like, I could have that. But
Yes.
the chance of you getting the amazing gold carrot, as you say, is quite unlikely.
Not only is it unlikely, but it's only unlikely because you're not allowed to grow in a way that works for you. And the challenge as well with this is when you have a goal that's up there, you start your business and you know what you've got available to you, know about your commitments, you know what time you've got available to you. And all of a sudden, if you've got this this gold-coated carrot up here, it's saying that you need to do far more than you set out to do. And that's going to compromise your commitments. It's going to make you have to spend less time doing the other things and more time doing your business than you'd set out to do. And that's also where some of the emotive side comes in, because you have to compromise your time with your family, your time with your young children, if you've got children, your friends.
Yeah.
And that isn't to say that when we build a business we don't make more of a commitment to those times. But it's very easy for it then to become a bit of a guilt.
Distracts from the reasons that matter and the reasons you went into it in the first place.
Yes, exactly. There is a phrase that I hear a lot, and that is make your children your reason, not your excuse. And I find that a little harsh, because most people are in business and most people join their network marketing business because their children really are the reason. Their families really are the reason. And then if we add to that we've set people up to fail by reaching a goal in a relatively short timescale that doesn't work, parents, families already have a lot of guilt to handle. I don't think that's right to put people into that position.